Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Market Misfits. We're looking at the Bitcoin 15-minute chart. So we're just opened the week back up. Markets are starting to open, Forex markets open. So we're taking a look to see what we have in store for the week. We just dropped the scenario that we're looking at on Bitcoin into the Market Misfits Academy private group on Facebook. So we're looking at this possible double bottom here on Bitcoin. So we shook them out, going long, got liquid, going short, selling, and we're looking to come and pop up out of here to resume bullish momentum. We're posting everything in this group before we go to Market Misfits Academy, the free group. The biggest perk to becoming a subscriber, and we're just learning with this stuff, by the way, so we're experimenting and dropping stuff in here. So one of the biggest perks that you get from subscribing is that you get notifications, and you can pick this to be on top of your news feed. So when we drop signals and stuff like that, and we drop additional analysis and news and things of that nature, you'll get a notification and you can select for this to be at the top of your news feed. That's a really big thing, considering if you're a follower. Not going to take a whole lot of time on this, but just wanted to touch on this because we're also learning as we've been given this opportunity to share more for exclusive followers. So the biggest perk that you're going to see from this is to have our post on our page give you a notification and show up at the top of your news feed. So we look at the statistics from Market Misfits Academy from Facebook. We have about a 3% followers get to see any of these posts. So anything that we post here, there's a really small chance that you're ever going to get to see this stuff. So by coming over and hitting the subscribe button, it's not going to show it right now because we're on the page, but you'll see a subscribe button right here. Just by hitting the subscribe button, it's 99 cents a month. You'll be in the group, and then you'll also get this stuff at the top of your news feed. So this is important for people that are wanting to take opportunities, and we're not suggesting anyone take the opportunities that we're posting, but to stay up to date. We suggest everyone do their own research. Didn't want to spend a whole lot of time on this, but just wanted to touch base on it because, like I said, we're also learning on this. And so if you're not seeing this stuff inside of the Market Misfits Academy, the first group, then just hit the subscribe button and you will get instant notifications and you'll see these things on your news feed. We dropped some analysis in here on XRP, and we're going to be covering that also with Gala. We dropped some analysis on XRP, and we're going to be touching on that in just a moment. But if you want to be first to see this stuff, you definitely want to be subscribed. We also just added the guides section onto this today. So we're still just going through and getting this set up. You'll soon be able to join if you're a page or if you have a professional profile on Facebook. You'll be able to join us by the end of next week. We'll have the guide section full of a training platform for trading, for day trading. So this is going to include everything that you need to know from A to Z to be consistently profitable as a day trader. Recently, Ripple has released Stablecoin. So there's been a lot of controversy over this, and the XRP price is continuing to be suppressed. I want to cover this article real quick, and then we'll get a closer look at the charts. Ripple CEO hits back at CoinDesk's criticism of stablecoin initiative. Ripple CEO Garlinghouse has responded to a critical piece from CoinDesk classifying Ripple's push towards exploring the stablecoin market as a desperate move. Notably, Ripple recently announced plans to launch a stablecoin on XRP Ledger and Ethereum networks later this year. However, amid the generally bullish reception to this disclosure, concerns and criticism have emerged. One case involved a critical report from leading crypto publisher CoinDesk. In its article, the crypto-focused media outlet claimed Ripple was failing at what it does, and the stablecoin venture was a desperate move to regain market relevance. Nonetheless, this opinion has triggered a backlash from industry leaders, including Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, who sees it as a baseless attack. Garlinghouse's comment came as a reply to remarks from Artur Love, however you say this, co-founder and CEO of XRP Markets founder bashes at CoinDesk. In recent posts on X, this person took aim at CoinDesk at the CoinDesk article contesting the narrative presented by the publisher. He provided insights into Ripple's current standing and future prospects to counter the assertion that the company is losing relevance. So here he is in his tweet right here. So you're always going to have people hating no matter what you do. And especially in this case, when XRP is losing ground and the rest of the market's been taken off. So, to see this kind of stuff just adds to the negative sentiment. But, if you believe in the underlying causes and use case for XRP and consider what it is up against, then maybe you'll understand and see this as a bullish indicator as we are. So I've read CoinDesk article. So we also saw an article from Forbes. CoinDesk isn't as mainstream as Forbes, but all this negative sentiment in general, I'm not going to speak directly towards this article or towards the sentiment in XRP, but in general, when you're seeing negative sentiment over something, you generally want to be buying people's fear and selling to euphoria. So we're seeing this as more time to accumulate XRP, because we do believe in the use case and the underlying cause, and we think that the truth will come out eventually in court for institutional investors. So I've read CoinDesk's article. It paints a rather bleak picture of Ripple and XRP, suggesting Ripple is scrambling for relevance with its new stablecoin venture. But let's dive into the claims and add much needed context. Okay, so they're talking about the court case right here. They've struggled to win with the institutional sales, and that's what really matters at the end of the day. Firstly, this person addressed the claim that Ripple has struggled to secure real enterprise clients. He pointed out that Ripple's extensive network of partnerships with over 300 financial institutions worldwide. This substantial backing contradicts the notion of Ripple facing significant hurdles in securing partnerships. The firm has also continued to expand into the custody and tokenization industry with acquisitions of Metco and Standard Custody in less than a year. The CoinDesk article also alleged that XRP is losing relevance in the market. However, in response, this person highlighted XRP's continued prominence as one of the top cryptocurrency by market capitalization. He emphasized its ongoing utilization in international transactions and liquidity management by various financial entities, especially the Ripple's on-demand liquidity service, now Ripple Payments. So they're talking about the public ledger. So dissecting it and seeing that, whatever they're showing on there is not really that sufficient. Well, in our opinion, it's not going to be sufficient until the institutional sales are cleared. So who in the right mind would continue to buy and hold XRP with a looming court case in the mix right now? So if Ripple chooses to settle with selling off XRP, the $2 billion settlement, then you can see a dramatic drop in XRP. So right now might not be the best time to be buying billions of XRP. This person also acknowledged the characterization of launching a stablecoin as a desperate move, comparing it to similar initiatives by other major firms like PayPal. He emphasized such expansions are not signs of failure, but rather adaptations to the evolving crypto scene. He also addressed Ripple's legal troubles with the SEC, which CoinDesk spotlighted as one of the reasons the company is looking for a new source of revenue. This person stressed that Ripple is not unique and facing regulatory scrutiny within the industry. He suggests that the outcome of the SEC versus Ripple legal dispute could have broader implications for crypto regulation, underscoring Ripple's significance in shaping the industry's future. Furthermore, this person questioned the portrayal of partnership fallouts without context, noting that the shifts in partnerships are common in the dynamic fintech and crypto sectors. Notably, CoinDesk had highlighted the failed partnerships between Ripple and MoneyGram. So just real quick on this right here, we saw several of these. I think one of them was with Western Union too. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but a lot of people will piggyback market in marketing. So this by MoneyGram, there was a supposed deal between Ripple and MoneyGram. I think it was Western Union also, and it didn't go through. But these people were piggyback marketing off of XRP and Ripple's name to get publicity. So with that being said, this is more of a pro than a con, the way that we're seeing it. for XRP in this instance right here. This person challenged the claim that Ripple's services, particularly RippleNet and on-demand liquidity, were losing traction. He noted that numerous financial institutions have continued to leverage the service for cross-border payments. Ripple CEO reacts. In response, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse echoed this person's sentiments, describing this piece as embarrassing to the industry. For the industry, he criticized CoinDesk for allowing childish antics to overshadow its credibility as a leading source of crypto industry coverage. So here we go right here. So I've read CoinDesk's article. It paints a rather bleak picture of Ripple and XRP, suggesting Ripple is scrambling for relevance with this new stablecoin venture. But let's dive into the claims and add some much needed context. Here comes Brad right here through the back door. To put it mildly, it's embarrassing at CoinDesk. It's embarrassing for the industry. But as this person points out, these kinds of people, a deputy editor holding the whole industry back, childish antics, masquerading under what should be a credible brand. Garlinghouse expressed concern over the prevalence of tribalism within the blockchain community, urging unity in the face of resistance from legacy financial systems. He emphasized the need for cooperation to overcome industry challenges and drive innovation forward. So, not surprised at all to continue to see this stuff. We're going to take a look at the XRP chart in just a minute, but this is just more negative sentiment coming out of nowhere. I don't know if y'all can remember. If you can, just look back a few months ago. Everything was so bullish. Everything was so bullish for Ripple. Everyone was so bullish. It was all over the place. Everyone's super bullish. But as Bitcoin has continued to go up, we've seen the price of XRP do what a lot of people say that are speculating that it could be, is remain stable. And so, what's going to happen in the future, only time will tell. But I want to bring up something real fast. We're going to come back to the Bitcoin chart, as it looks like we just had a market maker move. So false breakout, double bottom, bullish divergence. Looks like we could be coming through, shaking out the weak longs and shorts right here, gathering liquidity. Let's take a look at the XRP chart real fast. So here on the XRP chart, you can pretty much see the same thing that we just saw on the Bitcoin chart, but I want to point something out real quick. On the daily time frame, here's our setup right here. So we had a bit of accumulation right here. We had a breakout. We can go ahead and call this a sign of strength if you want to call it that. But we are in this descending. This is a setup. I say our setup. This is a setup that we trade. We get a breakout above here for XRP at 61.183 cents, and we get a close on the day above this resistance right here, then we are going long. So regardless of what the sentiment is, it gets to a point with sentiment where if it's so negative, you got to start asking yourself the question why. Why is it so negative? But the main thing I wanted to point out today on the video was this was when Ripple won for retail. Okay, so if just to put this into context, this was when they won the institutional sales and we had this giant candle came up. Yes, we did come up and we closed up the gap. But for those that are doubting what will happen when Ripple is cleared or if they settle for institutional sales, what this would have continued to look like. Okay, so around this point, we saw that the court case was ended and that Ripple was innocent, that they had, that they were not being convicted of the total case. But as institutions and people started to find out the truth that they were still, not clear for the institutional sales, we saw price continue down. But this is just an indication to me of what to look out for. And again, not financial advice, but why we are holding our bags and we're continuing to buy more. Because if this can happen right here, and it has, imagine what's going to happen whenever there's a settlement or, whenever everything is clear. We mentioned before, there's a chance if they settle and they settle for the 2 billion for XRP for the settlement with the SEC, that we could see a dramatic drop in the price. So this is something that we put into the group. So be sure is another reason just to stay plugged in and stay tuned, because this is a real possibility if they do settle for any amount of 2 billion, 1 billion, and they choose to sell off XRP, being Ripple choose to sell off XRP to settle the case, then we could see a huge clearinghouse sale. So this will be to clear liquidity. And again, I don't think any of this stuff is any coincidence, but this stuff, everything that happens for a reason. For the market to dip down and clear this much house right here, they would need a really big catalyst. And what better way to paint the picture and disguise the truth than to say, hey, we had to pay for it with XRP, and so the price had to drop consequently. So just a little heads up right there. Like I said, we mentioned this in the group, but wanted to mention it to everyone here on YouTube and everyone else on Facebook that didn't get to see it. So it's better to be prepared for the downside. A lot of people are always speculating on, what's going to happen when the court says that Ripple is innocent or the settlement, how far will it go? They're wanting to know, what are your price predictions for the future for XRP? Well, as far as like the bright side of the picture goes, well, let me tell you, if it drops down to 30 cents or 10 cents or 1 cent, then this is the time for us, again, not financial advice, but this is time for us to have orders set down here. So we do see a huge rogue spike down. This is when wealth is made. You want to get a 50% off sale for XRP, then you got to be ready for that. And you got to also you have to be sure not to be up in your feelings, and you have to understand how the market dynamics work. This is like a movie. It's all played out. Decisions are already made. It's not a matter of what's going to happen. They already have it planned what's going to happen. There's so many eyes on this and been eyes on this for so long. I guarantee you they're trying to shake every leaf off the tree before and if anything ever does happen. With that being said, we are looking at these resistance points on the daily for a daily close, like I said, above 61 cents into 61.5 cents, 62 cents close on the day. And then for resistance, we're looking for something, a catalyst fundamentally for us actually to go up this high, because we've gone up from on Bitcoin near 75K, and here we are at XRP. We topped out over here like at 75 and got rejected at 75 cents. So something happens that we come up here again, there's bound to be some kind of something advancements or something happening with the court case for us to get this high, in my opinion. And this price action lining up like this could be a sign that there's something happening behind the scenes that we're not aware of. So just always keeping your eyes on the charts, doing your own research, make sure that you're plugged in and you stay up to date with the latest news, and you stay up to date with your skill sets, practicing and monitoring your own progress and your own triggers, your own performance, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. Investing and trading is strictly based off of performance. If you're stuck in la la land with the sentiment and with the majority of people who are bummed out right now and in their emotions, and you forgot about the whole reason why you got in here and started holding in the first place, then you're going to have there's a really good chance that you can have some major regrets at the end of this. Here we are at the XRP versus Bitcoin chart. So we pointed this out again inside of the group. I just wanted to point this out real fast. So we went dip below weekly supporting trend, but look at this last month. Just wanted to highlight these candle bodies, not the wicks, but these candle bodies. They're really small. So a lot of times when you see this type of price action, you're going to see a explosion in the other direction. This trend is notorious for doing that already with this type of price action. It just makes it seem like maybe that's a little bit more probable right now, as we're going into these times of uncertainty with the case and with the rest of the market taking off and XRP and being left behind. Here we are back at the daily Bitcoin chart. So we are looking at what seems to be a somewhat equidistant triangle. Let's go into the 4-hour. And we're going to zoom into the 15-minute. A couple things I wanted to point out right now. This formation right here on the larger picture is kind of resembling for bears. Like we have a rising channel right here, a rising wedge into this resistance up here. Let's take a zoom in to the 1 hour. So we had this 1 hour fair value gap down here on Bitcoin, as we had looked like what we got like a false breakout right here. And Mark Douglas talks about this. So before market opens, we had just opened up in the Forex market a few hours ago. So this is just shaking, marking highs, marking lows. Is this, I'm not gonna say this is a low, like I don't know, not gonna know until price is up, if it goes up. But I can tell you what this is, that this is very obvious right here. This formation, we were in an equidistant triangle on the 1 hour. We had what seemed to be a breakout. We came up to our trend, got rejected, came down here. Most of retail that was going long had their stop losses right here, so the market got liquid. Let's go into the 15-minute. So what we are looking for right now is to get a bounce off the other side of this trend. So on the 15-minute, maybe by the time that you see this video, we'll either have come up, and what we're going to be looking for is to acknowledge this trend back on the other side, and maybe we blow the top off right here as we get closer and closer to the Bitcoin halving. So this is under 2 weeks when we had the Bitcoin halving coming up. So we're looking at the possibility that this move up and this move down was just to collect liquidity and to confuse everyone before the week starts and before we really start to set our trajectory here on Bitcoin. So what's going to happen next, only time will tell. Make sure that you're plugged in to Market Misfits Academy. And if you want to be first to know, first up to date, and first in line for what we have coming, then make sure to hit the subscribe button on the public page, Market Misfits. So we changed the name of the public page so it helps distinguish a little bit between the couple of groups that we have going on. So we have 2 private groups, one's free, one's exclusive. And now, so we changed the name a little bit. So this is Market Misfits and Market Misfits Academy and Market Misfits Academy subscribers 2.0. Those are for our subscribers, and that's for our private. So our private groups. So anything that we post on here, if you're a subscriber, you're going to get a notification and it'll come on your news feed. So if we have a signal or a trade idea, you're going to be the first to know it. So again, this is one of the #1 perks for having subscribed. We're not going to be touching on this a whole lot. Figure this is going to come in just with new followers and this, that, and the other. It wasn't something that we were looking for or trying to press really hard on anybody. That's not the goal. The #1 goal is to bring everybody the news and bring perspective as much as we can, as fast as we can. And we can't do that really as well until we had got these subscriptions, the ability to have for people to have subscriptions so you can get notification to have us in your news feed. Because once again, if you're following us does not mean that you're going to see this. We can show you the statistics, but they're not very strong at all for people that we have as followers that actually get to see this content. It's like 3% of people that are followers actually ever get to see this, because this market right here with the professional profiles and the pages, the chances of a follower seeing our content are slim to none. So having the ability to have subscribers is a really big deal for us, and we're grateful to have it, and we're going to take it and utilize it the best that we can. If y'all have any questions, that's going to do it for this one, you guys. If y'all have any questions, then just reach out, holler, send us a message, leave a comment in one of the groups, and we will see y'all on the next one. See ya.